I really enjoy having entertainers on the set. And right now with us are Kayddas and Kaydom, and they are with Metanoiz. Hip hop, right?
Yes, hip hop.
One's hip and one's hop. One hip hop.
We switch, once in a while.
So you've been doing it for a while now.
Yes.
Okay, how did it start for you?
Well, we were 9 years old when we first wrote anything down, but ever since then, I think, honestly, it's just been a progression. So since 9 years old, we just kept going. By the age of 12, we found our faith in God, so we really heavily focused our writing on that. But yeah, it's been a journey since then, since 9 years old. But even before then, I mean, we've been doing it for years. Yeah. I mean, since we're like 4 years old.
I mean, as soon as we were able to like stand up, we wanted everybody to get around and like watch us do something. We just have like all of our family gather up and we just like do a little dance or something and be like, I think they're going to be performers one day. So, so yeah, we've been doing it for 14 years now since started at 9. So it's been a journey. It's been
Great.
Awesome.
How did it turn into a business for you? Because now I know you have representation. Who are you with now? Who's your?
Right now we're with Anakian Music.
Okay.
So there's these two guys that decided to invest in us, and that has been amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. But we decided to turn it into a business. Honestly, very young. I would say about 16 was when we really decided we need to start taking this really serious. So we were still in high school, but at that point we weren't thinking high school goals. We started thinking,
always
past college goals. What are we going to start doing after everything is done?
I even thought of like a specific time where we had somebody tell us after a show, they came up to us and they were like, so how much did you guys get paid when you guys performed? And we were like, we never asked for payment. Like, we always perform for free. And he was like, you guys got to stop doing that. You guys need to get paid for everything you guys do. Any time that you're giving to anybody, make money off of it. And it's not about making money, but they were right. It's true. That was the moment.
Your gift.
Our talents are worth something.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And not everybody is born with a talent, but if you're born with a talent, you have every right to make, that's your living, your livelihood.
Yeah.
There's a reason that you were given that
it's your
talent.
purpose. Absolutely.
Right. A plastic surgeon, talented artist, right?
Absolutely.
Anything.
Right. So I think that a lot of times people discover their purpose because they're given a talent and they're like, wait, I can do something with this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you guys get along? You seem to get along really. You finish each other's sentences like traditional twins.
I mean, we get along for the most part.
Okay.
I think, we get our days and stuff, but, we're brothers. So brothers, blood is thicker than water. I think we can get through really anything.
Well, it helps, because we could argue the hard, like, if you've seen any band members argue, it gets scary sometimes.
Yeah? What's your biggest pet
scary.
peeve about your brother?
That's good.
Biggest pet peeve, wow.
And you ready.
I talk to him when you tell him about this.
Yeah. No, it's good, and that's a good question, because it would probably be that he is like super OCD and I'm not.
Yeah.
So
that's
my
like probably our biggest differentiation.
I think he's a little too OCD and he thinks I'm a little not OCD enough.
There you go. But together you make a great team.
There you go. Yes,
absolutely.
Yes. Organized chaos. So
let's take a look at your music. You ready?
Absolutely.
Let's take a look at the clip.
Yeah.
40, 40, 40, listen, it'll change ya. Lordy, feel the rhythm coming. Put the mic to your lips, time to cipher. I just took a nice hit, now I'm feeling hyper. Chilling with my vipers, most of us delinquents. Frequently tripping up your mind with the sequence. Rappers getting seasick, they can't keep up with the flow. Yo, did you know I've been floating to the pinnacle? See his throat choking, your squad's embarrassed. Leave your doors open, I'ma rob you like Laguerres. Manipulation gets the best of your mental. Faces eating up your chest like you're smoking menthol. Weapon is a pencil, got him tracing back like a stencil. Grinding every night like dental. Picked up the rental, had to choose a Cadillac. Old school rappers back, do the cabbage patch. Right after that, I'ma hit you with the 1-2. Mike, chickity check, we don't need to do a run through. I don't need to punch you, I could just stun you with my rhymes and my puns, dude. I'm just having fun. Don't tase me, bro. Crazy, yo, I forgot my camera. Look, mom, on the radio. Hi, America. Flip flops, tube socks, please pull your trunks up. Homie brought the boombox, brother got the trunk up. If you think it's too hot, sucker, go and kick rocks. This is hip hop.
And what was that we're watching? Tell us about that experience.
So that was actually 40, 40, 40.
Okay.
It's featuring Chris Rivers. That is actually the son of the late, great Big Pun. So that was an absolute honor to just be able to have him. That was actually recorded in our house.
Yeah.
So it was just an amazing experience just to have him in our house and to be able to serve him and stuff. It was just really cool, and an awesome experience just to sit down with somebody our age who's going through the same thing, like he's making his music, he's making his come up and stuff. So it's really just an awesome experience just to be able to connect with these kind of artists and stuff. So.
And what's the creative process like for you now? What happens
on
a day-to-day basis? What is it like to be a hip hop artist and to live
It could be all
you?
over the place. I mean, I guess most people would imagine that it looks like what most rappers do on a daily basis, which
Right.
I won't say on camera, but yeah, I mean, it could be like that. And then there's just moments of inspiration. They just come out of nowhere, and it could be anything. It could be a female. It could be something bad that happened to you or to us, and then out of nowhere we're just like, yo, I'm gonna sit. Sometimes another thing that's weird is I don't want to write. Sometimes I'm like, I need to write, but I don't want to, and I'll write the best verse I ever wrote, and it's weird. So inspiration comes in so many different forms for us. It's never the same process for us. It's all
Do you
over the
feel
place.
vulnerable when you want to write something, and it's so personal to you, and like you said, you want to write about it because you should write about it, but you just can't write about it.
Try to be a little cryptic with your words.
Right.
I like the fact of being an artist that I can do that I can be a little secret with my words and stuff, and nothing has to be fully blatant in your face. And what's good about that is you get a lot of people who get a different kind of message from the song and stuff. They'll see their own way of what the words meant to them and stuff. So honestly, I really don't mind it. But being vulnerable, I think that's one of the keys to being a great artist is being vulnerable in your music. So honestly, I don't mind it at all.
Yeah.
We were joking around because I told you when I was in high school, that's when it first came out, hip hop,
Yes,
hip hip hop,
Sugar Hill Gang.
Yes. And so we'd be singing that. We'd be singing. We were cheerleaders, and all the football players. We'd all be singing on the school bus, and we'd be singing on the way to the game. Charlie Daniels, "Devil Went Down to Georgia."
That's a great song.
And then as an adult, a year or two ago, I had Charlie Daniels on the show, and I was like,
What?
it's so strange.
That's
and that's what I was
amazing.
just gonna say. It's so strange how things circle around.
Did he bring his golden fiddle? Or?
He did. He did bring it, and he names them. It was fiddle 1, fiddle 2, and fiddle 3. But that's the question that I asked him. I'm like,
wow.
well, do you name these things?
Yeah, get outta here.
So
That's
for your
awesome.
process, is there someone that you emulate, somebody that you like to listen to at all? Who are some big ones for you?
That question is
It's gonna get you in
very
trouble?
difficult.
Okay, I know.
No, it's just
It's only difficult because our inspirations vary so much.
all over the
Okay.
place. Okay, when we grew up, we were our parents are like our catalyst when it comes to music in general. So we grew up listening to like 50s, 60s, 70s music. 80s music was our father, and then our brother Keith was like in between all of that. He would like show us all the other things. So we range from anywhere from the Drifters to Billy Joel to Chicago, and then all the way down, of course, to hip hop.
Yeah.
And then when hip hop comes in, we're talking about real hip hop. We're talking
Yeah.
about A Tribe Called Quest, Wu-Tang,
Andre 3000.
Yeah, Andre 3000, all of those guys. And then, of course, there's artists nowadays that we listen to. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole. Those are the guys that are doing it now. But there are so many rappers out there that are they're barely rappers
Yeah.
nowadays. So
Well, the mumble rap is very popular
yeah,
nowadays.
sometimes
which-
it can be hard to listen to, especially
Yeah.
when you're used to real rap music. You know?
That's so funny you said the mumble rappers because they're
Oh, that's
rapping,
what-
but you don't know what they're saying.
Oh, that's what- they call themselves that,
Yeah,
too.
but this is the thing is rap.
That's more like scat.
Yeah,
right?
well,
You
yeah,
know what
exactly.
scat
Yeah.
is?
Scatting,
Whatever,
yes.
scatting, that's not
I like
rapping.
to incorporate scatting because of its old school, vibes
Right.
to it. But I mean, that's really, hip hop. The term for rap is actually an abbreviation, just like R&B.
Yes.
It's rhythm and poetry.
Yep.
And a lot of people aren't really putting the poetry into
Yeah.
rap, which therefore doesn't make it rap anymore.
Yeah,
It's not hip
they're
hop.
doing RAM,
Yeah.
rhythm and mumbling.
Yes, so they can ram all they want, but we're going to
Not
continue
the
to
same.
rap.
You guys, and I think you guys should write something about that. That's
We
just
should.
what we
There
just
you go.
talked about
New
was very
song.
funny.
Boom.
Really funny. Oh my gosh. Where can people reach out to hear your music, to reach out to you, to book you, to do some gigs?
Honestly, the easiest way, you go on Google, type in Metanoiz all together. You'll find us
Metanoiz.
anywhere.
Yeah, you'll
But
find us
honestly,
anywhere,
you
yeah.
can find us on Spotify, Pandora, obviously on all
Apple-
social media,
Apple Music.
but Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all at Metanoiz, Metanoiz.
And you'll find us.
As easy as that.
Metanoiz.
Metanoiz.
All right, and what are you going to be talking to us about right now? Can you give us a little something as we go out of the show?
Okay, well, before we go out, I would
Okay.
love to say 3 things.
Okay.
And that is to love God,
Okay.
live life, and listen to music. Those 3 things.
Woohoo! And I'll add the 4th, live it up.
Live it up.
Live it up.
Thank you.
I like that.
All right.
That is great. Thank you
Thanks
so
for
much.
watching.
Thank you
We've
for
been
having
visiting
us,
with these wonderful guys. Stay tuned for more.